So Nige, yeah, tell me, like, how did you get into music?
When I was a teenager, just got into just doing like rap battles and just rap for fun, really. Never did it for beats or anything. And then in 2007, I got depressed and it just wasn't a good year for me. And I just turned to rapping. And if I hadn't, I wouldn't be here now. You know, that's generally the truth. I don't know any other story. That's the only story I know. You know, so I started rapping in 2017, and I started just actually really like rap about myself and how I felt as a person, rather than just rapping just something just random. So I watched YouTube videos, learned how to put stuff down to beats. I've done a couple of freestyles, and my first one was like fully about me. And a lot of people, if they didn't know I could rap, then they were quite impressed by it. So then I remember I had people that would come up to me and say, "Oh yeah, Nige, like he's got a freestyle out, or he's got a video of him rapping out." And like I had people that knew me that would come, like my friends. People would go and say to my friends, like, and talk to them like about my video and stuff. And that it got around that way. And then I tried getting that was like a cappella. And I didn't want to get beats from YouTube. I wanted to actually have my own beat and go to the studio and make my own instrumental. So by this point, by 2018, I then managed to find a producer that was Smiley. So I'd spent like a year practicing, like learning how to rap to beats and count bars and structure a verse. And then I put out a freestyle on my YouTube channel. That's called My Life Freestyle. And I just rapped about like how my friends had in terms of like my depression, I kind of felt like I was a little bit behind, or like my everyone's had babies, or like people stopped contacting me anymore, and they started hanging out with people. And then when those people no longer wanted to hang out with them, they then tried calling me, and I'm like, no, like I'm not a dickhead. If you want me to fuck off, I'll fuck off. Like, and these people still follow me on Instagram now or message me or whatever. I'm like, you can just listen to my music. I even put that in a bar. I can't remember what the bar was off the top of my head, but it's in one of my lyrics. And I was talking about just people just wasting my time. And this first freestyle was basically the exact same concept. That's on nearly 2,000 views on my YouTube channel. The highest views any of my videos have got. Then from there, I then just put out more freestyles. And then I made an EP called 0 Hour Contract. There's a song on 0 Hour Contract called The Man I Am, Man I Become.
Uh-huh.
And it tells the story of how I become a rapper. So the conversation we just had, it tells you everything of what actually happened. And I've actually had people come up to me and tell me that they listened to that song and it's made them cry. And I listen back to it and I think that my delivery was poor, that this was poor, you know, and you start to critique yourself. And you start to think like, this wasn't good. And but no, people like it. And we still kind of had like a very similar thing like 2 years on. So I wrote a song concluding from that song called The Man I Am Now. I've done it on a couple of Instagram lives recently, and people love it. Like, it keeps getting wheel-ups and everything.
Good, man.
People just love the realness. And yeah, that's basically how I started rapping. I started making music, was just to help me from depression. And I kind of feel like even if I just rap in general, you know, I don't have to rap like tunes from The Man I Become or The Man I Am Now or the very first a cappella freestyle I did that went on my Instagram that had people talking about me. What I said. Just rapping in general just helps. Like
just helps,
I can just spit any bars and it can just make
So it doesn't have to be necessarily about, you know, your struggles with mental health or depression. The fact
No,
that
it's just
you're able to rap is a release
general.
itself. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel that. That's really good. And
I
then
think in a way, in a way, it's just my general escape.
yeah.
It's just, anyway, you know.
Well, that's good to hear, man. And you know, and you mentioned, it was interesting that when you did open up, I think particularly the first song you mentioned, which is your most successful viewed, you know, video in YouTube as well, you mentioned, and that was Your Realness. And you mentioned obviously again your new song, or The Man That Become, again that gets realness because of the realness. So I guess my question is, how did that make you feel when you were now spitting your truth, which I guess would have been elements of what you might have felt ashamed about? You know, you're talking about your depression and why you felt depressed.
Like that, yeah, I felt like that first. So when I was making this first freestyle, which was me in a tunnel and it's like a cappella, and that one was like the switch, trying to make the switch from like rapping down about people down the skate park and just rapping about their clothes, or like having rap battles with people and in general like rapping about others and never rapping about myself. The switch from that, from going from others to myself, was like hard. It was really difficult, and it was like, is anyone even going to care? Like, there's even tunes now that I'm like, where like 2 years on, I'm thinking like, should I make this? Should I not? Will anyone even care? Like, no, like, so and I just, you know, I just don't bother, and then I just kind of just make other stuff. Like, I don't always make a tune like that is about my life. I'll sometimes like just not so much make it up, but kind of like just bend the truth a bit, change a couple of names here, there, and just
speaking in
just
code.
still just spit my truth, you know, like.
I don't want to presume, so I'm going to ask you then, what has that done for you to have the opposite effect to what you thought? So you felt the need to express your pain, your challenges on music, speak your truth. Then you were like, will people really care? Turns out they do care. They want to know more. They want to hear more. What did that do for you when that reaction started to happen and grow and expand, and they want to pay attention to when you're speaking about your realness? What did that do for you?
Well, first it made me work harder, but when I was like just starting out, like with beats, it's taken at least like good 2 years now to get to the point where I'm like, right, okay, like, come, we can do this. Like, I can bang out like two, 3 freestyles a week. That's with working 50 hours a week. Like, I could easily do that now. Like, whereas before it took me like a week or two to learn my lyrics. Now I can just learn like so much more quicker. And like my work rate, like everyone talks about my work rate all the time. Like recently, when everyone just DM me like the work rate, and it was like even in 2018 when I just dropped this freestyle before I even worked with Smiley, because I dropped this freestyle, put it on my Instagram, and I just tried to find the producer. It wasn't until I found Smiley 9 months later, 9 months later, that I then put this video on my YouTube channel. It was like, and with this video on my YouTube channel, it was like, okay, I'm still going to spit my truth, but like not so much about depression. I'm going to rap about like this my actual life, like how I feel, how people have either perceived me or how I've been treated. And so it's taken me till now, like 2 years till now, to get to where I am and be like, okay, like let's just bang out as much, not as much as much, but like as much as what I want to do. You know, if I want to put out 3 freestyles a week, I will. If I want to put out 1, I will. If I just want to watch Stranger Things a week, I can. Like,
Yeah.
you know, but like the thing is, like, I work that hard so that I can have a day off, so that I can do all this stuff. Like, I will come home from work and say if I want to be going to the studio on Friday, let's say I want to go, or even let's say I'm going to the studio. It's Wednesday, yeah. I'm going to the studio after work at 7. I write my bars on my lunch break. I could be tired as fuck on my lunch break, but I write my bars. I found this like the best time when I write my lyrics when I'm tired, because I did it for so long. When I was making my EP, I was just, I'd be up to like 2 in the morning, 2, 3 in the morning, just writing bars like battered. I can't see. I'm just fucking so tired. But I just forced myself to write lyrics, because if I'm not doing it in that moment, like when am I going to get the moment again? Because when I'm starting out, you're not always in the process. You know, it's like, say you're starting out going to the gym, you're not really going to be on going to the gym like every day, are you? Like, until you actually get into it and you start to enjoy it, and B, like, not everything's aching as bad. You go every day because you see that satisfaction. You know, might have lost weight, you might have gained muscle, you might have got fitter. The point I'm getting at is you see progress, and from that progress, where you see how far you've come, it pushes you to go further. And I see the exact same music. Like, I just look at myself and I know where to improve on and what to do next to get me to where I want to be, because I don't want to be working in a warehouse until I'm 30. When I'm 30, I'm now 27. I've got 3 years left. Like, so my work rate has to improve, you know? Like, I have to, and I've started networking with some big artists as well. Like, and it's just, it will only be time. A year ago I needed money. Now all I need is time.
You got time. You got time, which is a great thing. You've got time. So, well, I say that, maybe you explain you haven't, but like, you know, you're making the most of the time, which is why the work rate's there. So keep making the most of it. Maybe you haven't got studio time, but you got time to know your bars, your lyrics, and then bang, when the studio time's available, whack it, knock it out. You know what I mean? Home runs, mate.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. I remember there was a time like I actually recorded half the video for the track Man I Am Now. It's not out yet. It'll be out after this whole pandemic's over. We recorded half the track because there's 2 parts to the track, and because I wanted to talk about 2 parts of me, of like continuing the story of the man I become, and then talking about like, okay, that's this little segment, but how did I change from that? So then that part then talks about how I transpired from that person to this person, and how I improved and become a lot better person than the person I was here, you know, because the person I'm here, I have no motivation. I'm not doing anything in my life. I'm just smoking weed all the time and I have no purpose. Now, I have a purpose of life. I'm not smoking as much weed. I'm still eating loads of takeaway, but I'm rapping a lot more. Yeah. I have a lot more drive, and we would say that this person here is called Nigel, and this person here is Nige, and I had to make the transition from Nigel to Nige, and the like, and still now, like, there's still parts of Nigel that are in Nige that Nige wants to sort out, but like, for now, like, I think Nigel's happy with the improvements that he made from Nigel to make Nigel a better person.
Love that, Nige. I love that, Nige. That is real talk. Listen, I love that. I want to ask you something as well now, because, you know, touching back on the challenges and stuff, and then obviously writing it down, getting the response that you got. My question is were you anxious as well when you were performing it? Because it's obviously one thing to put it out.
Yeah, I remember the first time I performed, because we did that last year, didn't we? I performed The Man I Become.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, my mum had come there. I'd like, the only time I used to rap all the time down the skate park, like, a cappella, but I never rapped on beat, like, in front of people. So I was like anxious. But then even them times, actually, that was a cappella. But it was like, because I'm rapping about myself and I'm rapping in front of people, I don't know if I'm any good. You know, how do I know if, because there's a lot of rap battlers like this. Yeah, no disrespect to any rap battlers, but I see this a lot, right? People will be a sick battle rapper, but they can't rap. Like, in terms of them making an actual tune, the tune is not good, but they can rap about someone. And I kind of felt like I don't want to just be that guy. Like, you have to be like Skepta, for example, yeah? Like, biggest Clash, like, and he's gone from that to being the artist he is now, you know? And he's so consistent in what he does Like, and that's what I wanted to do. Like my main aim was to be consistent. Like I have to be consistent lyrically. And so to answer your question, yeah, I was anxious because like I've not performed before. I'm performing in front of my mum, my sister, her boyfriend, and my best friend. And I don't know if these people are going to rate what I've said. I don't know if it's like I'm actually rapping about myself. And I remember, I think I had to read it off my phone first time. I was so anxious. The second time we did it, I did it with my eyes closed. And then when we went to a couple more VN,
Vocal networking,
vocal networking performances, and I had a couple more freestyles under my belt, I was then able to be like, okay, I can. And it was also not only that, aim like more freestyle was to be like, when I knew that people actually rated me, then it was like, okay, cool. Like now I know people rate me. I know what to do. You know, I know what bars work and what bars don't. And like from just doing music videos and freestyles and performing, like I've improved like every single time I've done it. And like the only time now I'm anxious is if I'm rapping to someone I'm a fan of, you know, during this quarantine, because I don't know whether like so like I've been on as a rapper called Big Heath. I've been on Luna C's Live. I've been on Elro. I've been on someone else. There's one person. SBTV. I've been rapped on live on SBTV, and there's one more famous person. I can't remember it is off the top of my head. They're the only times I get anxious because I think like, are they going to kick me? Oh, Benny Banks, because I think, are they going to kick me off? Are they not going to rate it? Are they just going to think I'm a joke? Like, are they? And that happens a lot. So, well, not only with them, whereas, but the same thing with when I rap live. Once I've said the first word, or even the first 4 bars, that's it. It's gone. I'm rapping now. You know.
Okay.
There's been times where I'm performing and my mind will just drift somewhere, and you know I might be thinking like, oh yeah, I'll go get a Subway after this. And I'm still on stage like mid freestyle, and my mind will come back, like, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I know where I am, like, and I'll just continue, like, and it's weird, like, my brain can just drift off, but like come back, and I don't forget any bars because I just know my bars like off the back of my hand.
That's good. So is that in a strange way helps you to escape from those anxieties, or as well?
Because my mind just go. I'm here, I'm rapping, but my mind has gone. It's not concentrating on what I'm doing. I think that kind of helps.
Yeah.
You know? Because I know it so well, I don't really need to concentrate.
Yeah.
So I just rap and just think like. But recently I have been starting to concentrate because if I concentrate, I'll deliver it better. It will sound better, and people will rate it more. So I have started to concentrate a bit more. But before, there have been times where there's been many times where I performed at VN and I've just lost concentration. Another one I performed on. There was like a nightclub in London. I performed on there. I've done my underrated freestyle, which is on my YouTube channel.
Right.
And the woman was like, she invited me down. She's like, when it's over. And then I watched it, continued to watch it live, and she didn't invite no one else. And I was like, yes.
Oh, just you.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was like, there you go. Like, it just goes to show that I've got something. Like there were times where I used to think I was shit or someone wouldn't rate me, but that's just not the case. Like that was just anxieties I built up in my own head.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you're believing in yourself more, so you're putting yourself out there more, regardless.
I think also that as well, like it makes me work harder because I want people. Well, I suppose before I wanted validation from people, like for them to tell me that I was good. Now I don't need it. You know. Now I know. Now, especially if I'm jumping on all these lives, like I know the level I'm at, but I also know, like I know the level I'm at lyrically, but I also know like where I know that like my delivery and my flow, I'm not as high as how good my actual lyrical content is. So I know what to work on. Once I've got those 2 things, maybe being I'd say practicing my lyrics, but learning my lyrics a bit more quicker, as I could do, because I kind of feel 24 hours is a bit too long. You know, I'd rather learn it in a day without having to read it all, not without having to read like 4 bars off a screen. You know, I want to know the full 16 bars, like off the top of my head.
Well, yeah.
By dinner time, you know, but like obviously, like I said before, there's things that Nigel needs to sort out to improve Nigel.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I know what I need to work on. Get me
But
stuff.
the main thing with that is practice of the content, you know, because you could learn a skill and you could know your lyrics in an hour, but the most important thing is when you're now okay. It's not just knowing your lyrics, as you've already said. It's practicing delivering the lyrics to what you're happy about. That's the most important thing. Don't worry if it takes you, you know, a fucking week. Excuse my language, or a day, an hour. It's actually okay. Now you've memorized it. It's actually now practicing delivering it in a way that it sounds in your head out. You know, so it's the same.
I remember when I started, because when I started doing these lives, this quarantine, I banged out like 8 videos, like 8 freestyles just in quarantine alone.
Like I said to you, your work rate, you know, it's impressive, my friend.
And two of those, and then 2 of those are on YouTube. So
yeah, that's good. And you weren't doing this time last year, you know, in terms of activity, and you're doing all of this in lockdown, right? So that's what I mean about you're making a great use of time. You really are. So I commend you for that, man. As I said, I respect your journey. You know, I met you at skater park, if I can call it that, at Caversham, when I was I was doing a video shoot actually.
The same year. The same year that I was talking about, I was depressed and my life was going to shit and things didn't work out. That was the exact same year that I started writing music. That was the first year that I started writing and I started learning. So that was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's when we met.
See, that means the growth is tremendous, my friend. So I've got another question. I'm conscious of your time, and that is, you know, what 2 things really, but what would you say to that younger, well, to the Nigel then? Yeah. I know obviously you're Nigel, and you as you said, the man that you become. So you are that man now. But what would you say to the younger one at the time when Nigel was, things were getting to Nigel? He was getting overwhelmed. Life was taking over Nigel's thoughts in a negative way and having to have a negative impact.
I've thought about this before, like, and I think the only way I can answer it is, like, if that never happened, I wouldn't be in the position I'm at now, you know?
Okay.
So, like, I believe, like, things happen for a reason, you know? Like, I didn't, like, okay, like, one girl might have strung me along, another one might have just broken my heart, I might have lost a job, I might have got another job and quit it, but then, and then gone down and then my life just went how it went. But if that didn't happen, I may not be the person I am now. You know, I could have, if I'd have just left school and got this graphic design job that I applied for and earned like 18 grand a year, I would never have lived the life I lived. You know, so I may not, 10 years on, I may not even been a rapper. You know, I may not even, I never 10 years ago, or even when I rapped down the skate park, I never once thought like I'm going to be a rapper. Like that never. It was only till 3 years ago that I was like, fuck it, like I'm gonna become a rapper. Like it's gonna happen. Like so, and that's just what I've been working on.
I love that. And my last question: anyone listening now, different things, either struggling with their mental health or even struggling to find their purpose in life, whether an artist or it's just whatever their goal is. What advice would you give them?
Again, I can only give you what I know. So if I was you, I would just find something you're the best at, like a hobby, or I don't know, maybe it could be something to do at work. It could be maybe not at work actually, because you need to be able to do it in your spare time. just find a hobby or something that you're really good at or something that really interests you and just run with that and just find out the amount of information you can do. You could be doing running or you could do Rubik's Cubes. Yeah, I got a friend, he loves Rubik's Cubes.
Mm.
There are so many, he got to the point where he started getting quirky Rubik's Cubes, like that were all sort of like different shapes, so it can make it harder for him to do the Rubik's Cube. And then eventually he starts doing it quicker and quicker. And like that there is occupying his brain. He's concentrating on that. He's not having negative thoughts and thinking like, oh no, like let's say his girlfriend broke up with him or whatever, or like he lost his job, or I don't know, I'm just making things off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But let's say both those things happen at the same time. Let's say he's got no money, like, so he's addicted to cigarettes. He's got no money, he can't buy cigarettes. He's feeling low because he hasn't got any money to buy cigarettes. He's craving a cigarette, he can't afford any. So it will turn to his Rubik's Cube. Let's say, I don't know if he does, but let's say he does, yeah? Turn to his Rubik's Cube and just does that, you know? He might do it, he might model it up in loads of different ways, then do it, or to time himself, see how quick he can do it. It's about challenging yourself, setting yourself goals and achieving them. Because when you can then look back, I look at my freestyles as achievements, especially when I rap them, yeah? But if I'm recording a freestyle and I film it, to me, the achievement is just freestyling, getting to the end and not fucking it up. That's my achievement. Even if I perform it on stage, or I perform it and it's being filmed for YouTube or Instagram, like my goal is to just remember my lyrics, because I sometimes forget them. But then also my other goal is if let's use National Problem for example. Like if I'm performing National Problem, like I'm performing it in a way that everyone's getting involved and I'm shutting this place down. Like, and if I didn't, I'm going home and I'm like, fuck's sake, I didn't shut the place down. So I've got one job. I know what I need to do. You know, my mind is concentrating on what I need to do. So I'm not thinking about, let me tell you this, yeah, this is a story, right? I went to Subway once, yeah? I'd never ever go to the Subway ever again in my life. Went to Subway, got chatting to the bird behind the Subway counter, yeah? Everything's going quite well. Told her I was a rapper. She was like, oh, like, because especially how I dressed, she didn't expect me to be a rapper. I asked her for her number. She said it was going well. I didn't like expect to like ask her for a date or anything. I just thought I just asked her for a number. No, wait, I didn't even think about it. It just happened, right? I got rejected, right? But now I could have gone to that performance and just thought the whole time like, oh, I got rejected, blah, blah. But I didn't. I've come there to do a job. I've come to shut down the fucking thing. Like, and I never thought about that woman again. I never thought like, oh, like she rejected me, blah, blah. Like, so what? Like, if you don't want me, that's your problem. If you don't like me, that's your problem. Like,
yeah.
So it's like I was saying, just occupy your mind and just find something that occupies you and what you enjoy doing, and something that you can put all your passion into. You may not even do it every day, you know, because this is, for my passion was music, but I was never on doing music every single day until now. You know, even now I'm still not on it every day. I might do 3 days, but then actually having said that, I mean, like I'm not on writing something new. I'll rap every day, and yeah, I still rap every day now, whereas before I didn't. You know, I remember like my first freestyle that I did was Smiley, the man I am now. No, my life freestyle, the one that got the most views. I remember I said to Smiley, I said, I haven't even spat those lyrics since we've done that video, because I barely rapped back then. You know, I just thought I was just so narrow-minded and thought like, these bars are sick, blah blah. I could have got out of that like that feeling, but like I barely rapped, but it helped me. So it's like you have to kind of, you might be able to just pick up a Rubik's Cube tomorrow and keep doing it. You might only put 5 minutes into a Rubik's Cube until you get it for a year, 2 years, until you get it, until you've reached that goal, that what you wanted to reach and achieve. Then it's because it gives you such a good feeling. And that's what I give to someone. So if anyone is going through what they're going through, just find yourself a hobby and just try and be the best that you can. Even if people don't rate you, just work out what the people don't like, and that just gives you your room for improvement. And just work to improve and just better yourself in any area that you can. Anything you don't like about yourself, just work on. You know, if you say you smoke 20 or 40 cigarettes a day, but you only want to smoke 5, so cut down to the point where you only smoke 5. You know, that's an achievement. You might still think, I still smoke, but you don't smoke as much as what you did. You know, that's an achievement. That's something that you can think, right, I've set that goal, I've achieved it. What else can I do in life?
Yeah.
You know, life is what you make of it.